Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to the most impactful insights in AI. This is AI Brief, episode 196.
It's great to be digging into this stuff again. We've got some genuinely transformative updates today, stuff that could really reshape how you think about AI's role.
Absolutely. So today we're going to unpack three huge developments. First, these potentially groundbreaking AI-created drugs getting close to human trials.
Yeah, that one's pretty mind-bending.
Then there's this controversy brewing around a major Chinese tech giant, Huawei, possibly copying a rival's AI model.
Bit of drama there.
And finally, something that might hit closer to home. AI increasingly making, well, managerial decisions, raises, promotions, even terminations.
Right. Plus, we'll do a quick run-through of other key updates and some top AI tools you might want to check out.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So first up, Isomorphic Labs. This is a Google DeepMind spinoff, and, well, they set a pretty audacious goal to solve all diseases using AI.
Solve all diseases. That's ambitious, to say the least. What's behind that claim? Is it, hype, or is there real substance there?
Well, it's built on some serious tech. They've spent 4 years developing drugs using AlphaFold 3. That's the AI system that got famous for predicting protein structures, and now it's predicting molecular interactions, too, with incredible accuracy.
Okay, AlphaFold 3, I remember that. So they're using that understanding to actually design drugs.
Exactly. And they've got serious backing, $600 million in funding back in April, plus these huge multi-billion-dollar deals with big pharma companies like Novartis and Eli Lilly.
So the money's there. What's the vision?
They talk about building a drug design engine. The idea is to generate treatments on demand, moving away from the old, slow, trial-and-error method of pharma.
It's an engine for drugs.
And it's not just talk. They're saying human trials are imminent, starting with oncology, cancer treatments.
Here's where it gets really interesting then. If this works, it's not just faster drug development, right? It could fundamentally change how we approach disease.
Precisely. Faster, more precise design, testing treatments through simulation first. It can make personalized medicine much more achievable.
And I saw even a Nobel Prize winner thinks this isn't just science fiction anymore, that is actually within reach. Designing a drug specifically for you, that's huge.
It truly could revolutionize everything.
Okay, let's shift gears. There's some corporate intrigue happening with Huawei and Alibaba. What's going on there?
Yeah, so Huawei's research arm is pushing back against accusations that its new AI model, Pangu Pro, is basically a copy of Alibaba's Qwen 2.5.
A copy? How did that come out?
It started with a group on GitHub, Honest AGI, which posted findings they've since been deleted, claiming an extraordinary correlation between the models, like suspiciously similar.
Huh. And Huawei's response?
They flatly deny it. They say Pangu was developed independently, and they made a point of saying it was the first system built on their own Ascend chips.
But it doesn't end there, does it?
No. Then a supposed whistleblower, claiming to be from Huawei, posted on GitHub alleging that Pangu did clone other models because they were under pressure to catch up fast.
Wow. So internal pressure leading to potential shortcuts.
What's fascinating here is what it suggests about the AI race within China. It's incredibly high stakes. This kind of accusation, true or not, hints that the intense competition might push boundaries and maybe even compromise commitments to open source if models are just being, reskinned.
Right. Makes you wonder about the real openness of some open source initiatives when the pressure is on.
Okay, now for something that might feel a bit unsettling, AI in the manager seat.
Yeah, tell me about the survey. It sounds pretty wild.
It is. Resume Builder found that 60% of managers are using AI for pretty critical decisions. Business strategy, sure, but also personnel stuff.
Like what kind of personnel stuff?
Get this, 78% are using AI for deciding on raises, 77% for promotions, and 64% are using it for terminations. Firing people.
Using AI to decide who gets fired, which tools are they using, the usual suspects.
Pretty much. ChatGPT is the main one, about 53%. Then Microsoft Copilot at 29%, and Google Gemini around 16%.
And here's the kicker I read. 1 in 5 managers are just letting the AI make the final decision. No human check.
Exactly. No human review. And often, these managers haven't had any formal training or guidelines on how to use AI for these really sensitive tasks.
That seems risky. Did the survey say anything else?
Yeah, almost half of the managers were asked to evaluate AI actually replacing members of their team, and 43% went ahead and did it based on that evaluation.
So AI is suggesting layoffs, and managers are acting on it.
This raises an important question, doesn't it? About the real-world impact. AI isn't just automating entry-level tasks anymore. It's deeply embedded in management decisions.
And it seems like, just like with earlier automation waves, it's the lower level employees who are feeling the effects first, right? Because their managers are offloading these big decisions.
That seems to be the pattern.
So what does this all mean? As AI gets smarter, are the owners just going to automate the managers next? That's definitely something to think about.
A provocative thought indeed.
Okay, let's move to our rapid fire round. Lots of other things happening. OpenAI's got something new for ChatGPT.
Yeah, they're prepping a study together feature. Looks like it'll be more interactive, like a study buddy that challenges you instead of just giving answers. Could even be multi-user, maybe an olive branch to teachers, as some put it.
Interesting. And an AI office suite.
That's a startup called Context. They just opened access. Their goal is to cut down those trillions of hours spent on office work. The AI can apparently think, learn, and use tools for presentations, analysis, research, and it boasts great long context understanding.
Sounds powerful. What about voice agents?
A new platform, Vogent. It lets you build voice agents and switch between different models easily, like Sesame, Nari Labs, Resemble AI. You can design custom agents. They even demoed an AI podcast generator.
Huh, very meta. Anything else major?
Quick hits. Elon Musk says xAI's Grok 4 model is coming Wednesday, July 9th. Anthropic released a transparency framework pushing for more openness on model risks and whistleblower protection.
Okay, and Tencent.
They released Hunyuan 3D Polygen. It's a new 3D AI model aiming for a professional art-grade output for games and artists, simplifying a complex process.
And in medicine.
The Mayo Clinic has Vision Transformer, an AI to quickly spot surgical site infections from photos. Pretty useful.
Hardware news.
AI chip startup Grok announced its first European data center in Finland. They're positioning their LPU chips as a faster, cheaper alternative to NVIDIA for specific AI tasks.
And finally, trouble for Google.
Seems so. Several publishers filed an EU antitrust complaint over Google's AI overviews, saying it's hurting their traffic and revenue significantly.
Wow, a lot going on. Okay, let's quickly highlight some trending AI tools people can try.
Sure. First, Genspark AI Docs create documents from text prompts. Then Context, that AI office suite we mentioned. That's a high-performance API for running top open-source voice models. And StepFund Diligence Check offers AI search with agent-verified citations.
More tools.
Yeah. VoiceBun helps build voice agents quickly, no code needed. LinkJob gives real-time interview practice with AI.
Chin.
That's a personal AI companion for emotional support and coaching. Humata helps you understand files and pull data using AI.
And one more.
Dora. It generates 3D animated websites, again, without needing any code.
Some really useful tools there. So quite a deep dive today from AI designing drugs that are heading to human trials.
Yeah, and that whole controversy around potential model copying in the high-stakes AI race.
To AI making really critical decisions about people's jobs, their raises, even terminations. It really shows how deeply and quickly AI is integrating into, well, everything.
It definitely does. It's not just tech anymore, is it? It's shaping really complex parts of our work and lives. It makes you think about how all these changes will play out.
Absolutely. Keep thinking about how this integration affects you. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Remember to follow AI Brief wherever you get your podcasts. And if you found this useful, share it with others who want to stay informed on AI.
We'll be back soon with more insight.